Good morning. Good morning from Penang. I hope you're all doing well. I am Caydee, and today's talk is all about how to make the best out of virtual workouts. There's only one problem. I just had Gosia in the call, and unfortunately, her internet connection just dropped. So we are trying to get her back in. And in the meantime, I will be here, and it would be awesome if you could just write hi or something in the chat so that I know that you're here with me too. While we are waiting a couple of minutes for Gosia and for some other people to arrive here too. So let's see. She just wrote me the message. She's trying to get in over her phone. So yeah, this is unfortunately you cannot plan for everything, but well, what shall you do? Like I said, we are waiting at the moment for Gosia to come in. She is my guest for today, and I am really looking forward to this talk today. I hope that it will work and that she will be with us in a short while. And in the meantime, I'm just cross-posting it into my Facebook group too. So there you go. I can see we have a guest here. Let me see. Hello, Gosia. There you are.
Wow. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with this connection here.
Sometimes that happens. I already introduced the talk to our viewers. So today's talk is all about how to make the best of virtual workouts. But before we go in there, we would just like to introduce ourselves really quick. So my name is Caydee Schwarz, and for the past 12 years, I'm a trainer for personal development, and I've been training and coaching over 1,800 people from 2-day seminars to 6-month coachings to live a life with more purpose, passion, prosperity, and freedom. And my guest today is Gosia Cano. And she is a certified personal trainer, a group fitness instructor, health coach, and the owner of Fierce Fitness, a boutique studio here in Penang. And there comes the first question, Gosia, because what is a boutique fitness studio? I've never heard this sentence before, so I don't think I'm the only one. And it would be lovely if you could explain to us what it is. And by the way, welcome to this talk.
Thank you, Caydee, for having me. I'm so honored to be here today for this breakfast talk. Got my coffee. Yeah, many people ask, what is a boutique studio? So it's a fairly new concept. Basically, if you think about McDonald's and fine dining, McDonald's is made for the masses, fine dining is made for the smaller amount. So we focus on providing service and quality over the quantity. So our classes are smaller in size, but we really focus on providing the personal touch for everybody.
Oh, that sounds really, really good. I like that concept. Who are normally the people who are joining you?
Well, here in Penang, I would say 70% of our clientele is expats and 30% is local customers.
Yeah.
We have variety.
Why do you think more expats are joining than locals? I know, tricky question.
Well, when I first started, my circle was surrounded more around my friends, my expat groups. I think they are the ones who started following me. But now over 2 years, so now a lot more local customers are coming in to join us.
Oh, that's really good. Great. Awesome. So today's talk is all about how to make the best of virtual trainings and virtual workouts. Let me ask our audience, how many of you have ever tried a virtual training? Leave a comment in the chat box. We can see your chat somewhere. There you go. Good morning, Shamila. Good morning, Joyce. So have any of you ever tried a virtual training before? Leave it in the comments. Let's see. Okay, I have not the slightest idea how long the time lab is until we get the information. But nevertheless, I mean, what I did just, no, you haven't. Okay. So what I did a couple of years ago was I bought a DVD course and virtual yoga and dance workouts. Oh, that sounds nice. So what I did basically was a couple of years ago, I bought a DVD course on Zumba. Okay. And good morning, Rose. I don't know. I found the concept really, really interesting to have a class. Can you say anything about the benefits of virtual workouts?
Can I say about benefits of virtual workouts? Of course. Yes. So you can do them, especially if you're doing like a DVD or if you're doing pre-recorded workout. You can do it at any time. So you don't have to be constrained by, you know, driving to the gym, wasting time. You just get on the workout, you do it, and you're done with. And also having a workout that is pre-recorded, you don't have to have really internet connection. You can just pop it in, play it, because it's downloaded, right? Mm-hmm. And another benefit is that it's cost effective because basically you can have any kind of workout that you want for free. So you're not wasting money on gym memberships, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that was Caydee. How did you do with that workout?
Okay. To be true, I was not coming closer than or further than the first lesson. After that, I don't know. Something was definitely missing. And this is one of the reasons, too, why we're here today, because we are talking about how to get the best out of virtual workouts. And there are a couple of issues that are definitely arising when you are training virtually. And I think we should talk about that one. So for me, it was definitely that there was no motivation. So that thing was lying there. It's still lying there. I mean, I still have it in my cupboard. It's like a big box with I don't know how many DVDs. And there are even those Zumba.
The weights. You have the weights.
But nevertheless, I never made it over the first lesson. So why is motivation such a big deal with virtual workouts?
I think motivation, just as general, that is the biggest challenge to overcome when it comes to workouts. So I would say it's not really motivation that you need to work on. You need to find a specific goal that you have in mind and then work on determination, because some days you wake up, you're not motivated to work out, you're not motivated to eat healthy. But when you have a specific goal, like let's say you want to run a 5K, you will get up and you will do it. So you need to work on determination rather than motivation. And then another thing also, you should find somebody to do it with you when you're doing virtual workouts. So you need to have somebody that you can be accountable with. So like, for example, even though you are at home, you can ask your sister, your friend, it's like, hey, do you want to do a challenge with me? So for example, I just 3 weeks ago, I started a 21-day workout challenge. So I was uploading videos every day. And I had a group of friends that were doing the workouts together. So I found that because even though they were doing the workouts separately, they were commenting and on each other workouts. So they were accountable to each other. So I think that really helps when you find somebody to do the workouts with you. Wouldn't you agree?
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely makes sense, because for me, it was always like, shall I put the DVD now in there or shall I leave it? So there was no accountability. There was just this workout. And for me, the motivation was just going down. And Joy said, yes, it's so true. So one of our comments here.
Yes.
But there is another thing. It's, I mean, I am, one of the things why I stopped going for Zumba, and basically I got myself a personal trainer, which is training me online too, has a reason. We are doing live sessions where we are basically on video, and I can imagine that if you go for virtual trainings, there is one thing that always, or that can be quite a challenge, and that is a lack of real-time form correction. Because what I see is a lot of people, even if they're going completely by themselves into the gym, their form is not the way it's supposed to be to have a proper training. Can you say something? I mean, that's one of the issues, but how can you manage that one? Or
okay, so like you are doing, I think this is the best option for you, for everybody right now, to have a personal trainer, because even though you're not there with the trainer can see you. Yeah. Unfortunately, not everybody can afford a personal trainer. Maybe it's not, it's not within their time limit or price range. So then the people that cannot afford personal training, they can do virtual workouts, like group workouts. So what I would suggest is to find videos, instructional videos. So before you actually start your workout, watch that video, watch the form. So for example, you are trying to do a correct squatting position, right? So you find an instructional video. You can find tons of them. You just type in how to do a proper squat, and you will have many videos on YouTube. And then before you actually do the workout, practice the move. So go in front of a mirror, practice the move so you can see yourself, or get your kids or get your husband to watch you before you start the video. And then when you are doing the video, just keep it simple. Don't do any complicated moves. Just keep it simple and do that video over and over a few times before you move on to the next one. So that would be my suggestion on correct form.
That sounds like a really, really good suggestion. Thank you for that one. I mean, theoretically, you could go and film yourself too, right? And then watch the video and check if the video matches what you've seen before.
Yes.
I know we're a little bit shy on camera sometimes, but so nevertheless, sometimes it's really, really, really helpful to do that in front of the mirror and see what you're doing there. Especially if you have a full-size mirror. If you only have a mirror which is smaller, then I highly suggest go for the video, because that makes more sense in that area.
Another thing too, I just want to add on to that. If you're not shy on a camera, if you do videotape yourself, then send it to your fitness trainer. Like for example, for me, I don't do personal training, but I'll be more than happy if some of my members send me a video of themselves doing a workout and say, can you correct my form? I will do that for them because I care about their form. I don't want them to get injured, right?
Yeah, that is right. But how do you do that with assessing and the progress and the adaptation? Because that is, I think, a big issue too. With my personal trainer, I basically, she sees how much weight I can definitely carry, and she can take some weight off my belts or of my bar or something like that. And so she tells me, drop 2 kg and then go with the next ones. But if you are doing a training by yourself, a virtual training where, let's take body pump, just as an example. You put like the trainer there on the body pump one, it says like, put so many kgs on and take the big one and whatever. And then you try to do it. I think there are a couple of issues that arise with that one.
Yeah, because if you're lifting too heavy, you can injure yourself. If you're not lifting enough, you're not really progressing. So for somebody like you, for example, you've been working out for a long time. So even if you were doing a video by yourself, you could kind of gauge it, right? So you start with, for example, an easy video. Do that a few times. If it seems too easy, then you move on to the next one. So there are many platforms, like for example, Fit On. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
Okay.
So it's a free app with videos on demand. Okay. So when you go in, for example, you do a HIIT training, it will tell you the intensity level. So you kind of have to think, okay, as a beginner, I'm going to start as a beginner. I'm going to do those videos few times before I can move on. So you kind of really have to learn to listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're ready, so you said, okay, those videos, the beginners videos are easy now. So now let me look for intermediate videos. Then once those are easy, then you start advanced videos. So I think you have to find a platform that has the workouts easily categorized into categories that are appropriate for your fitness level. Mm-hmm. And there are platforms like that where you actually have to go through a questionnaire. So it determines what level of fitness you're on, and then they will send you the workouts that are appropriate for you.
That sounds really great. That might help a lot of people. Yeah. So I already put the name of the app in the comments, so that our viewers can see that one too. Yeah. It is, it can be quite a challenge sometimes to have the adaptation and to have the to assess your progress. But what I can say from my personal experience, and I'm training now for many years too, it is basically you have to listen to your body.
Definitely.
Basically, if you don't listen to your body, if you try to do more than you can, you will definitely injure yourself, and that is not the result that we want to have, right?
No, not at all.
We have another problem, especially if you're doing. I know that as we had a talk the other day, you told me that you did at the beginning of the MCO, you did online classes.
Yes.
There have been a couple of problems with live online classes. Can you do me a favor and just tell our listeners, our viewers, what we talked about the other day?
Yeah. Okay, so this is our third MCO. If you're not listening from Malaysia, so this is our third lockdown. So first lockdown that we had lasted about 3 months. And it was like a full lockdown where people could not get outside. So they were forced to be at home.
Yes.
And the only way to get some exercise in was to either run laps inside your house. But if you have a small house, what do? Then you go on to classes, right? Virtual classes. So at that point, Fierce Fitness was offering live Zoom classes. We had about 3 or 4 classes every single day. And I found that at the beginning, people were very motivated and they were keen on doing the classes. But as the MCO was progressing, a lot of the participation was dropping off. Also, people wouldn't turn on their cameras. So I was teaching a live class and I'm like, are there people even exercising? Because I don't know, I cannot see them. I know I'm not going to be able to see their form because I have a screen. I was doing it on my laptop. So everybody was like this big. So I'm like, what are they doing, right? So they would turn off the camera. It doesn't matter. But I didn't know if they were doing it or not. So from my perspective, it was a bit demotivating. And it was the same for my other instructors because all of us were doing classes and they found the same thing. Like those live classes, they were just not the way to go. And then another problem was, just like now, the internet kept dropping off. So people would get frustrated. They would send me messages, WhatsApp, I cannot see you. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's the internet, right? So that was a big kind of point that we remembered. So this MCO, we said, we're not gonna do any live classes. If people want to do virtual classes, just do pre-recorded on-demand classes. Mm-hmm. I think that's a better way to go. And also you're not constrained to the time. And like I said before, even if your internet is slow, if you find those classes that you enjoy, just download them and you can do them anytime.
Oh, that sounds good. I mean, I know the struggle too. That's one of the reasons why, for me, there was definitely the personal trainer who can see me, who I can see. So that there is the accountability on that one hand, but I know that a trainer has to see me when training, and especially in live classes. So guys, if you're not turning on your video cameras in live sessions, do me a favor, turn them on, because your trainer wants to see you. And this basically goes for every other trainings too. So that is even for my trainings. I'm like training personal development. I love to see my participants, because you can see their reactions on screen. And if you don't see the reactions, you don't know if they got the point, if they have a question, because a lot of things are even mimicked in our faces. And if you give a video instruction of how to lift something, Russian get-ups or whatever, and you're just like, what? I mean, you can instantly see on the face that the person has not understood what you have just tried to tell them. So it's really, really important for virtual trainings. If you do live classes, turn on your video, please. You would help every single trainer out there who is training you in order to go further, in order to help you further. There is another thing, what I figured whenever I was trying to do my Zumba or even body pump or something at home, there was somehow always something else around me, and that was not enough space in my house. And a couple of times I basically fell over the chair or whatever was around. So I think that's probably one of the issues too that virtual trainings are facing at the moment.
Yeah. And I think another, just a suggestion, if you're doing any kind of virtual class, whether it's live or pre-recorded, try to use a screen that is as big as possible. So if you can do it on your TV, it's better, because then you can see. Can you imagine trying to do a workout on your phone, like trying to see what you're doing? So it's not like you're paying attention to what you're doing. You need to pay attention to what's happening on the screen. Therefore, you're not paying attention what's around you. So you might step, like if you have children, you might step on a toy and injure yourself. So you really need to, if you're at home, do me a favor, guys, and make your space, okay, that is dedicated to your workouts. Do a little workout sanctuary that is free of objects and space that is big enough, because in some videos, like, you're more stationary, but in some videos you have to move side to side, forward, back. So you need to kind of like set it up. What is the amount of space that you need? And another thing too, when you are following a workout, it should indicate what kind of equipment do you need. So have that ready for you.
Yeah. So what kind of space would you recommend that people should have around themselves for proper workout training?
So I do, I record YouTube videos in my bedroom. Okay. Yes. So I have one wall that is kind of white and open, and my space is about 3 meters by 5 meters. Because that way I have enough space. And another reason I have that space is because of the camera angle, so people can see me when I move. I find it's a good enough space for me so I don't get injured and I can move around.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's I would say the same space that I'm using at the moment too whenever I do my trainings. And I'm training a lot with weight bars and stuff like that, so they need them space too. And then you have to move, you have to put them on, you have to put the other weights aside, so that you don't stumble across them. But especially for families with kids, make sure that your equipment is safe too. Because what happens to us the other day was that one of my children was taking up, I think, a 4 kg weight, and she dropped it, unfortunately, on her foot.
Oh, no.
Nothing was broken, luckily, but her complete toenail is gone. So looks it's still trying to grow back, but it looks really, really weird. So prone to injuries is definitely something. Be careful with your equipment, especially if you have children at home. But even if you're at home yourself and when you're not using it, have it somewhere at the side where you definitely don't touch it, where it's not in the way, and then only pull it out for your workouts, even if that makes it a little bit more difficult because you have to do this extra step in order to get your equipment.
And I would like to add to this. Okay, when we're at home, a lot of times we're barefoot, right? So they're like, oh, let's just do a workout. And then you don't really think about, really think, before you start a workout, what do you need? So if you're doing weights, you need proper shoes, right? Because sometimes you're at home, you may forget. So get your shoes on, get your workout gear on. So don't work out in a pajama. Actually, put your workout outfit on, and that way, it's kind of like a mental preparation. It really prepares you for the upcoming workout. Get your towel ready, get your water. So it's like I always say 50% of your success comes from just showing up. So that 50% is like the preparation for the workout, because it really will set your mind up for success. So you will do that workout the correct way. It's not like, oh, I'm just at home just going through the motion. You are doing a workout. It doesn't matter where you are. Be prepared. Yeah. Be
prepared. That's definitely the right word. There is one more thing. As I was walking through or scrolling through YouTube and stuff like that, there is so much stuff out there. There are so many trainings and whatever. That can be quite overwhelming to just see what's out there. So basically, how do you choose the right one for you? What's your suggestion? How to stumble through this forest of training?
If you type in HIIT training, for example, on YouTube, you will get at least 20,000 different videos.
Oh, wow.
Right? And then what is the right one for you? So really speak to someone that is familiar with YouTube, somebody like me. You can ask me questions or ask your personal trainer, ask people that you go to the gym with. What kind of workouts are you doing? Because you never know what you come across, and you might be spending a lot of time trying to find the proper video for you. So like I said, it's better to go to an app like the one that I mentioned already, Fit On, where your workouts are organized for you. Okay? There's another one that I'll give you a few more suggestions that I found, because I've been doing a lot of YouTube research. So there is YouTube channel. It's called Has Fit, HAS Fit, Has Fit. And these guys, they've been around on YouTube for, I think, 12 years. And if you go into their website, so they're free workouts, of course. They are really well organized into different types of workouts. So they have HIIT workouts, they have weight training workouts, they have body weight, they have martial arts, and then it will tell you what is the intensity level. Okay, so go to YouTubers that've been around for a while, not just some 20-year-old girl that is doing a workout to a song and just smiling, because that is so staged and pre-recorded. Go to the real YouTubers that know their stuff. Another one is Fitness Blender. So you can type it in, Caydee. Fitness Blender, they're really good. They've been around for many years, and they have workouts for any fitness level. And then the third one, it's called Short Circuits. This lady, she is in her early 50s, but she doesn't look it at all. And her workouts are very high quality. A lot of times when I need ideas for my workouts, I go into her channel and I get ideas from her, because she has TRX workouts, she had kettlebell workouts, and she has body weight workouts. And again, all different lengths of time and different level of intensity. So those are my 3 recommendations.
Thank you very much. I think there is a lot. We have the Fit On app with videos on demand. We have the HasFit, a YouTube channel, Fitness Blender, and Short Circuit.
Yes.
That is a lot of those are a lot of trainings. But there's one thing that I think we haven't touched yet is how do you warm up and how do you stretch yourself out after a training? Do you have any recommendations for that one?
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes you come over a video, you find one, and it says no warm up and no cool down included. And that happens even like with Fitness Blender. It will tell you if the warm up is included or not. So please, anytime you work out, do a proper warm up and cool down. So when you're doing a warm up, just put on some music. If you like to dance. You want to warm your body up with big movements. So like arm circles, leg circles, you can jog on a spot, and your warm up should be at least 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. You need that time to get the blood flowing, to wake up the muscles, wake up the body to prevent injuries. And at the end, do stretching, and your stretching should be, again, at least 3 to 5 minutes. And basically you want to stretch all the muscles that you just worked. So if you worked your legs, you want to do a quad stretch. If you want to stretch out your hamstrings, you want to stretch your arms. So if you need help with stretching, find a video on just basic stretching and just go through that. But always be sure to do both, because that will help you avoid injuries.
Thank you so much for that recommendations. I think we have tackled the biggest issues right now, right? In virtual workouts. Anything from our participants or from our viewers today? Do you have any questions regarding virtual workouts? Because now is the time to ask them. We will open the session for you guys. We want to know what your issues are. Tell us about your problems. Tell us about your benefits or about your goals for virtual workouts, and we would definitely love to see some comments here. Let's see if we get any.
Yeah.
But we still have a couple of viewers here, so. Like I said, I have not the slightest idea how the time lag is at the moment between those. But
okay, I will ask you, Caydee. So, okay. How many times do you do your workout with a personal trainer? How many days a week?
I'm doing twice a week my workout, normally on a Monday and on a Thursday, so that I have always like at least a day or two in between to rest a couple of muscles. Yep. And I'm doing that now for more than 3 years with a personal trainer. So I'm definitely happy with that setup because I have the accountability partner that I needed. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going for that, and I stay with that one. I used to have gym memberships and everything, but even there, the accountability was not there for me because a lot of times I felt left alone by my trainers. And yeah, that works. What's your recommendation? How many times a week should we train?
At least 3 times a week. If you're trying to get results, 3 times. And okay. Beside that, you want to move your body every day, especially now that we're doing a lot of Zoom calls, we're sitting down. So my suggestion is, like, if you're on a Zoom call, like even now, we're already sitting for more than half an hour, set up your timer and every 30 minutes stand up and do some kind of stretching, because our bodies are designed to move. We're not designed to sit all day at home on a Zoom call. So just try to move around, like I said before, put on some music, dance, walk around the house. We are under lockdown, but we are still able to get outside. So every day, make a point to go outside and move, like, even walking. Just walk at least half an hour every day. But that walk, I wouldn't count it as your workout. Your workout has to be specifically to what your goals, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, that is one of the things too that we implemented last year as the first lockdown started. We went for, as soon as we were allowed to be out of the house again, because we haven't been for a longer period of time, we started to walk around the block, just to go regularly, one time in the mornings, one time in the evenings, so that we get around 10,000 steps every single day. And the best thing for us was we moved from a flat apartment into a 3-story building last October. So by now I have a couple of staircases going up and down, which is a nice workout.
That's good, yeah.
So that helps too.
That's really good.
Okay, we got a couple of questions here. So Shamila is asking, is it better to do workouts in the morning, and if so, why?
I would say that is a personal choice, because some people have a lot of energy in the morning. So for them, it's the best time to work out in the morning, right? And there are some people that hate the mornings and they would rather work out in the evenings. So for them, go ahead, work out in the evenings. For example, if I work out in the evening, I cannot go to sleep because I get so wired up, I cannot go to sleep. On the other hand, my mom, she is now 71 and she works out almost every day. She works out at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, Mom, like, how can you talk so late? She's like, I just do, because during the day, I don't have the time. And at night, I relax, I do my workout, then I do some stretching and I go to sleep. I'm like, okay, that works for you. So you just have to see what works for you, basically. Yeah, so there's no right or wrong time of the day to exercise. There is not. Yeah,
that is the same that I can say from experience too. And even because in personal development, you are doing a lot of things, even with meditation or something. I cannot do meditations in the mornings. I would be completely tired to try to do meditation in the morning. So my whole day is gone. I'm a morning person. I have to get up and I have to move. So I'm an active person in the morning. But there's a little bit more about that one, Shamila, and to the others too, by the way. Are you just an active person, or are you also a social person, for example? Mm-hmm. So if you like to normally do workouts together with others, or if you like to socialize, then find an accountability group. Gosia, you said something about that in the challenge, that you had people which were doing the workouts together.
Yes.
Can you just go on that one again?
Okay, so 3.5 weeks ago, I started a 21-day challenge, and one of our listeners, Rion, she did a challenge. I can see her comment there. So every day I recorded a 20-minute workout and I uploaded it to YouTube. And it was available on YouTube, and also I had a WhatsApp group. Okay. So the people that were part of this WhatsApp group, I would send them the video of the day and they would say, done, done, done. So I found people that were in that group, they really did well because they knew that they had to tell me that they did the workout. And they were also seeing that their friends were doing the workout. So it kind of kept them together, kept them going together. Mm-hmm. So you could do it, like, let's say you and 2 other friends, like if you have some friends in Germany, say, hey, let's do this plank challenge. Organize a group together, put it on WhatsApp or any other platform, and stay accountable to one another. So just say, when you finish your workout, send a message, just say done, or finish the workout for the day, something like that. Just something simple.
That works really well. So those challenges in that point of view, and as accountability partners, that works really, really well. So if you're a more social person, find someone who trains with you, who does the same stuff, maybe even different exercises, but find a time in the day where you can basically train together. And then even if you are doing 2 different trainings in 2 different areas of the world, it doesn't matter. But you say, hey, I've done my training. How was yours? Mine was great. Let's have a coffee together or something and chat afterwards.
Sure.
That works well. Bryony is asking, my issue is having to listen to my body, like you said, but it doesn't match with my mindset. When I am in the zone, I want to keep training daily, but I get disheartened when my body tells me to stop.
That's a tough one, because it's true. Once you get going and you're in the middle of the workout, your happy hormones are being released, your endorphins, and it just feels so good. And even though you might say, oh, I have a little pain here, you don't want to stop because it feels good to work out. But then when you're done the workout, it's like, oh, I think I overdid it.
Mm-hmm.
So my suggestion for that is, yes, you do want to feel good, but really, if you have an injury, don't do anything that will aggravate it more. So yes, you do have, you have to keep going, sometimes through the pain, they say, but as long as good pain. But if you have any type of injury, and you will know the difference between good pain and bad pain, stop, please, because you're gonna make it worse.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that, because a couple of weeks ago I tore my meniscus. We went hiking, and it was a slippery way, and basically just my foot slipped. I was falling onto my foot, and I could already hear something was broken in my knee. So going through the pain is definitely, I have to be careful, really, really careful at the moment, what kind of training I can do and what I cannot do. And I had to stop doing a couple of trainings, which normally come really, really easily to me because of that one. So definitely listen to your body. Your body tells you exactly what you are able to do and what not. A normal muscle pain is normally if you're sore afterwards a training, that is pretty normal. But if you are really sore so that you can hardly lift your leg, for example, then you have definitely overdone it. I still remember we went weekend for snowboarding in Austria a couple of years ago, and we didn't do any training before we went there. We just went onto the snowboards, and we have been snowboarding the whole day. I was sitting in the car later on, and I could not lift my leg anymore. Someone had to open the door, and they had to take my leg out so that I basically. Oh, no. I definitely know it's overdone, but. Next day, I was back on the track again, and because I wanted to snowboard.
Okay, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're doing a really intense workout, take some magnesium. So magnesium in a powder form is the best. Magnesium that you can dissolve in water and drink it, because with the water, it will absorb better into your body as opposed to a pill form. And another thing you can do is you can buy a magnesium spray. So when you're done your workout, you take the spray and you spray your muscles with it, you massage it in, and it really helps.
Oh, wow. Never heard that one before. So really?
Yeah, there's a magnesium spray. You can also use some essential oils. So for example, a peppermint oil is good because it's cooling. So take a couple drops. Peppermint oil is very potent. So you want to mix that oil with a carrier oil. So it can be either coconut oil or any kind of oil that you're using, couple drops, and then massage it into your muscles before you go to sleep. And that's going to help your muscles a lot. Yeah, recover.
And definitely after a high intensity training, stretching, because that we didn't do at that time either. Don't forget, if you're in virtual trainings, don't forget to stretch your body afterwards, because we tend to do that. Suddenly the kids are running around left and right, and oh no, I still have to do the breakfast for them, or I still have to do the dinner. They're not logged into their online sessions at the moment, all this kind of stuff which is going on in our lives right now. So this is really important. Prepare yourself for the training, and also, basically, not prepare,
training with a routine. Yes.
Yeah, and end your training with a routine. That I can highly recommend a really nice yoga stretching session, which works for that one, which is stretching out every single muscle afterwards, or just the muscles that you've been using, as Gosia said before. That works really well too. Okay, if we don't have any more questions right now, we'll wait another minute, I would say. And then if we don't have any questions right now, I would say let's just end it for today. We've heard so many valuable things today about what you can do when you're training, when you're doing virtual trainings. We have heard where you can find those trainings, how you can prepare for them, and so on. Any more questions?
Sharing your experience too. It's nice to learn about you, Caydee.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's quite a challenge right now to keep up with my trainings, especially with the broken meniscus. But
of course it is.
But it's fine.
But I always say, a lot of times, like, people call me and they say, oh, I have an injury in my arm. I'm like, well, you still have your legs, so you can still come and train in a way that will not aggravate your injury. But don't let injuries stop you from exercising, because there's always a way to do it. Just keep on moving. That's the bottom line. Keep moving, because then when you stop, it's so much harder to get back on track.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So most of the things that I'm doing right now is back, because my back doesn't hurt, my front doesn't hurt, my arms don't hurt, and still trying to mobilate to keep the leg mobile without putting too much pressure on it. Unfortunately, our pools are closed because every doctor, every physiotherapist tells me you should go for swimming to keep it mobile. But yeah, too bad. I can try the bathtub, but I don't think that will. Okay, we don't have any more questions as far as I can see right now. So thank you very, very much, first of all, to all our listeners who have been with us today. But thank you definitely, Gosia, for being here, having this talk this morning, taking your busy time off and educating us on how to make the best out of a virtual training. I'm really, really honored that you're here.
My pleasure. I love talking about this stuff. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. So it looks like we have to invite you soon again.
Sure, anytime.
Okay, in that case, thank you very much for listening. And we'll talk to you soon, because next week I'm going to have a talk with Joyce Wong about nutrition and wellness. And I'm really looking forward to that one. So stay tuned, and I'll see you then. Have an awesome weekend. Until then, bye-bye.